Thank you so much for coming back. We've missed all of you. We're excited to be here. We are going to just quickly go through a setup for Star Wars The Clone Wars, the Pandemic System game. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Tony, how do I play?
Okay, so we're going to start by setting up the board. You get your 2 clear blue guys, you put them on 0 threat, and the invasion counter gets set to 2.
Okay.
You will also need these 2 mission planet cards out of the invasion deck. They're the ones with these blue backgrounds.
Okay.
And you're going to set them in the discard pile. That's the start of your discard pile.
Okay.
You're going to select a villain. For us, we're playing Count Dooku.
Playing Count Dooku.
So you're going to follow the setup on what it has there. Place Ventress on Sereno and Grievous on Utapau.
Oh, wow.
Utapau.
There we go. These guys each have 2 health.
Okay.
Dooku, not out there. Fun fact, secretly the Sith Lord Darth Tyrannus. Dooku leads the Separatist Alliance in war against the Galactic Republic. That's us.
He wasn't very secret about it.
Yeah.
No, it was like,
He was out there.
people knew. They like went and found him
In
immediately.
fact, he was very unsecret because he's like, hey man, the Sith Lord's like in the Senate. And I'm like,
Yeah.
He was
Obi-Wan
just,
didn't believe him.
it was just spilling his guts right off rip.
Anyways, we're setting up this game,
Yeah.
not spoiling movies that came out
Larry,
20
if
years
you
ago.
would, shuffle that up and then deal each of us 1 Jedi. This will be the character that we're playing as.
So normally you're supposed to pick, but balls to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like random.
I am Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka. Oh, look, to be Obi-Wan.
Ah, look! And you are?
Anakin.
Anakin. Okay.
Anakin.
Perfect. We'll talk about
Anakin, so Madikin.
every
Stop the panicking.
every
We have a plan
person.
again.
My goodness.
Now, what Larry just gave each of us is the reference cards. These reference cards have 2 functions. 1, they can tell you how to play the game in case you forget. 2, they tell you on which planet you start on. I start on Christophorus?
Christophus.
Oh, Christophorus.
I'm on that boob.
Where's Christophorus?
It shows you very clearly right here.
Oh, sorry, the website.
That is Chris Joffers. That's what it says.
Oh, you're on Camino, guy.
I'm
There
on
you go.
Camino. Yeah. Sorry. Did you talk about these?
Yeah, they're the
Okay.
reference cards. And then they also tell you what blockades do, which we can talk about blockades when we actually play the game and when they come up.
Right.
Now, to actually continue setup, you will deal 3 cards to each person. It changes depending on the number of players there are. We're going to set these to the side for right now.
Okay.
You can play them face up. That's usually how you play the game typically, but we're just doing setup right now, so you don't need that. And then you're going to set your mission deck. Now, we are playing on the hardest difficulty known to man. Jedi Grandmaster.
Jedi Grandmaster.
Yeah, so that means there's
So-
6 mission
Yeah, I'm gonna
cards.
flip the first 2, then make a deck of 4
Okay.
spares. So, cat and mouse. Ride on Christopher first. Ooh, Children of the Force on Mustafar. And then these 4 mystery missions. Ooh.
Playing a game of cat and mouse over here. I ain't got no time for cat and mouse.
When drawn, place 1 blockade on Christophus. Hey, look, you get to explain what to do.
Cool. So what blockades means is you cannot do a mission until that blockade is gone. And a blockade has 2 health. Everything else has 1 health. So when we do attacking, which we'll talk about shortly after this, they have to get destroyed first. And all that good stuff.
Cool.
So we'll start with showing where the starting locations for all these nice, wonderful droids are.
Yeah, 2 on Rhodia.
3.
Oh, you're right, a tree.
Yeah.
Rhodia isn't right there in the middle.
And this is just like any other pandemic where you start off, you do,
3 on Tatooine.
yep, and then the next ones will be 2, so this is where it's a little bit
2
different.
on Coruscant.
Oh wow. There's just so many in the beginning.
2 on
Onderon,
Onderon,
which is right there.
the lower left.
1 on Geonosis. And 1 little guy on this Lola Zayu. I don't know, the half planet thing.
Dude, that planet looks crazy.
Looks cool. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's all about. But
Has anyone ever been there? Does anyone know about it?
Maybe some people were, but then a cataclysm that tore their planet in half, maybe they decided, you know what, time to move. Neighborhood's gone to shit.
You can only be so lucky. So the actual villain has their own unique deck. How turn order goes is a Jedi will start. They will have 4 actions, which, if you look on the back of your reference card, will tell you what those possible actions are.
Wild.
You can fly to connected planets, go fly. You can attack, which you will roll this die. as such. Those little Jedi symbols are successes. The POWs are bad. So in this case, I would have had like 1 success and 1 bad. 1 success deals 1 damage to whatever's on your planet. So like in this case, I wouldn't be able to take out that guy. He has 2 health.
Right.
So I'm going to take a damage, and I would take a damage from a guy being left over.
Health is not, damage is not cumulative, right? If we deal 1 damage now, it does not carry.
cumulative. Nope. You got to do it. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
O-Town, baby.
O-Town.
Damage is dealt to you by discarding cards. So these cards are usually played out in front of you, which we'll talk about again as we kind of go on. But you would have to discard cards equal to the amount of damage that's left over. And whenever you do an attack, if there are people left over on the planet, you'll suffer 1 damage for each person there. So let's say you botched it on Rhodia, and there was 3 dudes there, you would take 3 damage. You can also reinforce as another action, which is draw a card. And then you can attempt the mission. So each mission card tells you what you need. So for the game of cat and mouse, I need to have 6 successes or more, and I can contribute cards to them. So this is a great time to actually talk about these cards since we've gone over all the actions. All these cards will have different colors. Man, I am balling already.
Got what you need. No, not for cat and mouse. You got no blue. You got no ships.
I have 2 purples.
Yeah, you got 2 burps though.
Yeah. I mean, I have to get rid of this
Blockade.
blockade first, but there are purple stealth guys. They attribute to attack. And there is red assault guys. They contribute to attack as well, but they cannot contribute together. You cannot be a stealthy assault. You're either stealthing or you're assaulting, and it tells you on the reference card, so you cannot combine them. Unless you're someone that's really dope like Anakin Skywalker, who can just do whatever he wants.
He does do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how he be. There's yellow, which Larry got one.
Tanks damage.
Yep.
Reduces damage dealt.
Reduces damage dealt. There are green allies.
Which they all have their own unique thing.
Yes.
Weird that it's Chancellor Palpatine, but again, spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy.
No. 2005 was.
I mean, that was practically like 30 years ago. And then there's also blue shifts, which none of us got, but they help you increase your movement when you're actually doing the move action. After you do all the actions on your turn, the next phase is the villain phase. You will, if it has an exclamation point, which will be on the card, you will do what it says, right? So for our case, for Count Dooku, we're going to move each villain 1 planet towards the closest Jedi. And if there's a time like this where it's between 2 people, the current player's turn decides how it goes. And then Count Dooku has a deck. We'll flip the top card and resolve what the effect says. I'm actually going to look for one particular card in here because it makes it really easy to explain. So some cards will have multiple effects on them. You will resolve them in sequential order from the top. So in this case, we would advance the invasion marker, draw the bottom card, and then shuffle. It's the what is it called? Outbreak in normal pandemic.
No, outbreaks can get more than
Epidemic.
Epidemic.
In the normal outbreak. Some villains will have different cards that do different things that will happen in sequential order as well. I just wanted to use that because that Under Siege card is in every single villain deck, so it's a nice example to go through. After the villain deck, you'll flip over cards just like you would in Pandemic and place droids on them equal to the number invasion counters on there.
Okay.
I think for the most part, that's it.
Yeah.
If the threat counter gets all the way to Darth Sidious, or invasion gets all the way up to 4, game lose.
No, invasion at 4 is fine.
It just.
It's if that gets to 7, it's game over.
Okay.
Or if you run out of droids.
Yep.
We'll talk about it.
And then there's also a nice little player turn thing.
Cool.
You have a hand limit of 7. That's important.
At all times.
At all
Not
times.
end of turn.
Yeah.
All times.
Of all of the times.
Alrighty. Perfect. That's everything. We get to start playing?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are going to come back and you're going to watch the play video. We're the Guys of Beholder. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for coming back for us. We missed you. Let us know how much you missed us in the comments. So we'll see you next time. Bye!